Hello everyone, I'm Claire Marie B and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be taking you through my December bullet journal setup, and I've gone festive everyone. It was bound to happen. This month I'm sticking to my usual materials, my black ink pens, some coloured pens and some craft paper. You could interchange these really easily as much as you want. You could even make this design monochrome and do the whole thing in black and white if you wanted to. And I'm throwing in a bit of washi tape for good measure, as always. I'm starting out by drawing some of my tree branches along the top. This is a super simple yet effective way to draw tree branches, which is just spiky lines all along the edge of another line and then repeating on the other side in the opposite diagonal direction. I'm then drawing some baubles to hang from my tree. My colour scheme this month, I'm picking some of my favourite colours. I know I've laughed a little bit about it in the earlier months. As it started to get towards autumn, I started to naturally gravitate, without really realising, towards more of a stereotypical festive colours, using my usual festive red and green. So this month when I was thinking through my colour scheme, I didn't really want to use those pens again because it felt like a bit of repetition. So I'm going with purple and pink, and green is in there as well, which hopefully everyone still finds pretty festive by the time I finish this. But I loved these shades and colours. They're just so bright and vibrant, and that was the mood that I was in when I was creating this. To create my circles, I use things that I just found around the house. I know some people might use a compass, and I did use that previously, but I didn't like the hole that it left in the paper. Even though it was super small, I was still getting that indent through my pages. So now I just find random household items and I draw around those to create my circles. I've left a section of the baubles uncoloured, so that's going to be the reflection, which is much easier than using white ink pens over coloured pens, because more often than not they're water based as well, so you end up having to do multiple layers. So that's my tip of the day. Don't bother using the white ink pens for this. You can, but it's much simpler if you're colouring on white paper to just leave white gaps. For my lettering this month, I used my stamp kit. I thought that was much more suited to what I was doing. Of course, I'm going to use some of my hand lettering as well as we go along, but the main lettering and the lettering for the months is going to be using stamps on craft paper. My quote page is quite simple this month, although I gave myself a real challenge with the lettering, so I'm keeping up my monthly lettering challenge in that I wanted to make the quote be sitting inside a bauble, so to be a bauble shape or Christmas ornament, depending on what country you're from and what you call them. I'd love to know in the comments, are you a bauble naming country, or are you a Christmas ornament country? I'm finding that I'm not liking the blank page so much these days. Some of my designs and monthly setups, I will leave a blank background, but this month I really felt that it was quite stark, and it could probably just be the time of year. You know, there's a lot of glitter and bright colour and fullness and vibrancy at the moment, and maybe it just felt to me that the page was missing something. So this month I wanted to fill that in, and you'll see that I add some stars and dots and circles, and I hope that for me that felt that got rid of the starkness of the background a little bit more. And that's my quote page and my cover page complete. On to my calendar page. Of course, I'm doing a bauble for each of the days of the month. That was probably inevitable. To draw these shapes, I actually had the top of a hand cream tube, which was the perfect size. So I'm now going to have to keep that lid forever. Even when I run out of the hand cream, we're going to have to use those lids because it is the perfect size of 5x5 dots squared. So yeah, that's now my new marker for a calendar dot. If ever I'm doing something like this in the future with the shapes. I know I did pumpkins earlier in the year. I did apples. So I wish I had my hand cream tube lid when I had those, because I had to make stencils or just freehand those. I'd also love to know in the comment section if you'd like me to create any other specific content to share with you all. I would love to make more videos into 2025. That's an aim of mine, to be sharing much more content with you. But I'd love to hear from you about any special requests or anything in particular you'd like me to share, any how-to videos or any other journaling or anything else that I create. I'm quite a crafty person, so if there's anything that you'd like me to share more of or do less of, please let me know. And now we're on to my goals, self-care, my dashboard spread. I'm going to be changing this spread up a little bit. I'm not quite sure what I want to do into the new year with this, but I know I want to have a change. Sometimes you can get into a bit of a journaling rut where, you know, your journaling is really working for you with the things that you're creating, but all of a sudden you start to use some of those things less, and that's the point in time when I know I need to do something new and fresh. I've kept it this month because I've had a really tough November unexpectedly, and I wanted to try and focus on me a little bit and take stock. I'm tired. I'm really tired, so I really need the self-care page this month. And I haven't filled it in for this setup because I want to take a little bit more time to think about what are the things I really want on that list that's going to make a difference for me in December. So yeah, I kept everything the same this month, but hopefully soon I'm going to change this spread up a little bit or do some different things each month of what I might need when I'm looking at the month ahead. And onto my final spread. This one is a little bit different this month. Usually I would be doing a memory spread on this section, but I'm not. This is going to be all about December fun. So I've made some lists of other lovely things that I want to be doing in December. So things that I want to do, things that I want to make, events that are happening. I'm really feeling the festive spirit this year. I'm so looking forward to lots of lovely things that I've got planned in December, probably because of how challenging November was. And there's such lovely things happening, and I'm really feeling at the moment in the mood to make things an awful lot. So I'm gonna let myself do some baking. I've been dieting all year, so I'm gonna do some baking. I'm making some craft things. I'm gonna sign up for some craft courses as well, and just try out some different things. I really want to do some more art for well-being or mindfulness. I've treated myself to some alcohol markers, and I'm really excited to try those out in a different notepad. Of course, I can't use those in this notepad because despite it being 160 GSM, the alcohol markers will absolutely go through. So I've got some lovely art notebooks, and I cannot wait to do some designs in there. And again, I'm more than happy to share those on here if you want to see me creating those things. So back to my December fun spread, and you will see on the right hand side I've made a mistake, which again, leaving in, I can't believe I did it. Everything was going so well, and even the setup of this page was going really well, and then I drew the bauble lines before drawing my tables. So on the right hand side you'll see that the pink bauble now has a great big line going down what will be the front of the make list, but never mind, we will work around it. I may end up getting a white ink pen and covering it over, but actually, mistakes add character, and I try not to be fearful of the blank page or fearful of making mistakes, which is why I always leave them in and share them with you, because it's completely unrealistic when anyone's doing anything in the form of lettering or art or writing anything up. It's inevitable that you're going to end up with mistakes happening. So if you're like me, please don't fear the mistakes. Just leave them and laugh at them. Last year for my watch list in December, I did like a movie challenge. I'd done it the year before and it went really well. And last year I fell behind by about day 4 or 5, and then spent the whole month feeling like I was behind. So it became more of a stressful task that I had to do rather than enjoying. So this month I've decided to really trim down the watch list and make sure that everything on here is really achievable, and that I'm going to enjoy it all instead of the things becoming a task and a chore in themselves. And here's my final flip through. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed my video, please hit like and subscribe and you'll be notified when I release future content. I hope you have a fantastic December and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.